Back in elementary school, I used to play on the playground or in gym class a competition called Tug of War. You remember the game. Well, it's making a comeback. You remember the game. Two teams pulling against each other on the same rope. Whoever gets the other team across the center line wins. It's the battle of back and forth. That's the picture I want us to have of how life can be sometimes. Pulled this way only to be pulled the other way. Tirelessly pulling against the flow. It's something that can happen outside and within us. Sometimes it's our circumstances that can cause this tug of war. Other times our spiritual life can feel like a tug of war. I mean, our hearts are in a battle. What belongs to God has been corrupted because of sin. And we have an enemy that wants to keep us from being at peace with God. Now, to be clear, we're told in Galatians 5 that the believer in Christ lives in freedom from this war. We don't have to choose to follow our wants and desires, sin and shame. We don't have to be at war in our hearts. We can be at peace because of the victory we have been given in Christ Jesus. But we do struggle because we live in a broken and fallen world. We have the victory, but we know the pull of selfishness and pride in our lives. In this study, we're going to look at the contrast between walking in the Spirit as opposed to living for the flesh. Living as God's people, walking in His Spirit as His Spirit guides us, or being constantly moved and manipulated by the gratifications of our self-absorbed attitudes. In this study, as we read through Galatians chapter 5, 16 through 26, we're going to spend some time discussing the two sides of the contrast between spirit living and fleshly living. I'm so glad that we can study this because it's a great reminder for us that even the believer in Christ still struggles with this dichotomy. As you go through Galatians 5:16 through 26, I pray that God would give you understanding as to both the struggle but also the freedom and victory we have in Christ. May God bless your time in the text together in small group. Enjoy it.